All right. Hello, Sonia. How are you? All right, I think we're ready here. Well, as you can see, I got two reptiles. One is in silhouette and taped. The other one is in light gray. All right, so when it's all said and done, this guy will be even further back, covered by a misty shroud of whatever. Okay. All right. Since I got two really simple just figures, one in full silhouette, one in gray. Okay. That means the ground obviously is jet black. Whatever is going to be happening will be happening pretty much in the background. Okay, more or less. So the background is going to be pretty interesting. At least it should be. All right. Hello, Jessica. How are you? So I had to kind of prepare this. And I was here like an hour before. Painted the reptiles in. Painted this in. And really have to I had to let it dry. It's not really fully dry. You can see by the wet spot here. So when I peel the tape off, some of the black might come off, but that's okay. Gets painted over again. No fuss, no muss. All right. But I kind of had to do it that way. Over here at the palette, simple black and white. Cad orange, cad yellow, and cad red. All right. And that's really it. And we're going to utilize every single color here. All right. I am going to have to mask the bottom here simply because I need it to be solid black. All right. And I'm just hoping that it's all somewhat dry, more or less. But we'll find out in a second. I already burned through one. I'll just put it on lightly like that. Let's do another strip of tape. And this is just a buffer in case my strokes go a little bit long. And I won't need it to go any further than that. And I'll take the old trusty knife here. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce, what's going on, brother? All right, I understand. I understand. Good to see you regardless. And I'll just kind of cut the rock shapes here. I don't have to be super exact with this because if I get some bleeding over, it's all right. It's okay if I get some bleeding over because I can always go back over it again and fine tune all the rubble here with a smaller brush, so it's no big deal. I just want to mask it. So it's just a general cut, more or less. All right, I think that should be about it. And just take it right off. Just like that. All right. Okie dokie. Even for a painting this simple, still got to tell a story. And once again, with the foreground figures, just to be silhouettes. Miss Southern Belle, hello, how are you? Oh, this is 12 by 16, so it's fairly small. Okay. What else? I think that's it, really. We can just get to getting right now. Okay. Once again, we have actually two colors that are pretty transparent, which is the yellow and the orange. All right. We'll more than likely beef these up with white. Okay. All right. So we're going to use just regular glycerin as the medium, because even though I could use the white and medium mix, when I put the other layer of black on, it's just going to turn gray, and that's not what I really am looking for. All right, I'm going to put the black on last. The black will be on the top part here. So a lot of the colors and clouds and whatnot that's going on will be pretty much in this third here. The top third will be the blacks kind of spilling into the colors and whatnot. All right. Okay. So once again, fairly simple painting. It's just something that I really, I just want to do, and all of that. Hey, Rosemary, how are you? It's good to see you guys. All right, let's get a nice thin coat of vegetable glycerin happening here. So I'm gonna just dip in. And once again, I put this on rather thin, okay? And if you notice, there's no tape around the border here, okay? No tape this time. And I will put this on fairly firmly here. Now, glycerin on top of canvas and glycerin on top of canvas and canvas panel, regular canvas. It's a different feel. Canvas pressure, especially pre-primed canvas, obviously it's not porous. All right, so the paint sits, or the glycerin kind of sits right on top, and your paint will sit right on top. You follow me? So keep that in mind. And I'm really scrubbing this into the canvas. So get yourself a brush that you know can take the punishment. All right. And I'm just borrowing some of this glycerin here and just putting it in other spots. Scrubbing it right in there. And you'll see why I had to cover the first dinosaur. I haven't seen poor Bruce draw any dinosaurs yet. But the colors that will be used will be beneficial, and it helps to tell the story, which is why these guys are in silhouette. Okay. And plus what I'm doing is thinning out this stuff also. It's pretty warm in here, so I got a short shelf life for how long this stuff will stay wet. All right. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's start off with a wee bit of yellow. We'll bring the yellow here. We have to pump that yellow up with a little bit of white. All right. Okie dokie. And here we go. Slap it right in there, especially in between the creatures there. And I'm gonna get a nice heavy mix of this stuff, especially down below. Kind of need it a little bit on the bright side down below here, because you need very strong, very sharp contrast. Follow me? And fairly solid. And just keep in mind, whatever color you put past this yellow, it's going to be darker than the yellow anyway. All right. So make sure you put it in there. Got me? Put it right in there. All right. Let's get a little bit of orange. We'll slap the orange right here. Gotta bump that orange up with a little bit of white. Just, you gotta strengthen it up. I didn't clean the brush, it doesn't matter at this point. All right, and we throw some of that love in here. Get some more orange. Get a little bit of white. Mix it in there. Pop it right in there. Okay. Put it right up in there. It's all right. Very softly blend. Very soft. Blend it in. I'll probably have it completely orange down here on this hearth. All right. Really soft. Just blend it. X strokes. Just keep blending. Okay. The red, you only need a little bit, as you can see. Red is very powerful. Start up at the top somewhere and work your way down, because red is extremely powerful, as you notice here. Okay. And I'm gonna lightly, very lightly, just keep playing with it. As you can see, I'm using the same brush. That red is really heavy here, and it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Bring it on down. Drag it down, drag it down, drag it down. Drag it down as far as you feel you need it to drag. Okay. It's all right. Very lightly slap it in there. I'll get a softer brush and work this red in there. Another little dip of red, only on the corner. Okay. Even though I got the red on the top, don't necessarily mean that remember, I got black in here also. That black is going to be all the way up here, but I need a gentle, nice, gradual fade of this red. I'm putting the red there for the intensity of it. All right, so it has to be kind of solid. Out here it can wave around and blend around, and we'll do all of that. But right now, I just need a nice solid red. We'll play around with the blending in a few seconds here. Once again, you want to make it pretty interesting. Very simple painting. The part of the character of the painting is really the color, not necessarily what you see in here. Follow me. Smaller brush. And we're going to kind of very soft, very soft, very soft. I really don't want it to be all scratchy or anything, so we're gonna try this out first. And remember, the paint's kind of loose and wet a little bit, so you can kind of fade around and play around with it here, like I'm doing. Okay. The wider the circle, okay, the more gentle the blend. And it's a fine brush. meaning that it's a short-haired brush. So be careful with how hard you blend this stuff in. Okay. And I can still mess around with it even more. But it all depends on how much of a blend I'm looking for. Okay. And I got another brush. I can do all the crisscross stuff. And I'm going to use another brush. This is too small for what I want to do next. But I wanted to smooth out all of that harsh line work there. I can use this one. This is fine. And once again, just simple X strokes just to kind of clean things up a little bit. Especially around the edges, I just want to kind of blend them in a little bit, soften them. Really soft. So they melt into each other a little bit there. Now, in order for this to really show, and for this to really pop, you're going to need another batch of dark. And the dark will be up on top. Because you got to give a reason why that T-Rex back there is looking up in the sky. Okay. And that's where the other black is going to come in. Now, I've learned this from my teacher that recently passed on, Mr. Bigford there. And we did something like this. If you look in some of my past old photos of my classes, you'll see that I did something similar to this. And right now, I'm just, once again, just blending things in, blending that orange into the red, just smoothing out some stuff. Remember, this fellow was in gray, all right, in light gray. So obviously, he's got a little bit of orange and yellow mixed in him. So he's instantly, automatically, already in the background. Okay, this fellow, when I take the tape off, he's just right there, like with the rest of the scenery here. All right, so all this vibrant color will be set in the back. Okay. All right, I think we're good here. Doesn't take very long to do paintings like these. Hey Kathy, how are you? It's good to see you. All right, so once again, we smooth out all the red. We got a little bit of yellow peeking in there. All right, so if you can get away with that. We even got a little bit of red by the head here, a little, almost down by the bigger dinosaur's back. All right, so incorporate your colors all into your characters there. All right, once again, every painting, no matter how simple, tells a story. Right now, what's really telling the story is your colors. Okay. All right, we're not done yet. We're still gonna have a little fun. We're still gonna have a little fun here. We'll do the filbert. I always like doing these clouds with filberts. Why? Who knows? But I do. Let's get a little bit of white. Remember, this paint's relatively still wet. Okay. All right. Let's play with some interesting cloud patterns, cloud shapes, blah blah blah. In a perfect world, I'll just dip some of this white into a little bit of yellow. We'll just put it right here. More white than yellow, but we'll mix it here. I want the clouds to be seen. This is also another reason why the Tyrannosaurus was taped. Get some interesting cloud patterns and some stuff going on here. Okay, so we'll put it right around in here somewhere. We'll kind of do one of these numbers. Okay. But it's got a little bit of yellow. Paint red through this guy. It's all right. Paint red through him. It's okay. And we're gonna kind of bring some of that down. We're gonna just make nice little fadey clouds going in there. Interesting little patterns. Just like this. We're gonna make a few groups so we can really make it pretty interesting here. Get some more white. Pop it in with that yellow. Contaminate the white with the yellow a little bit. All right. All right, well, we'll put another one right in here. Something like this. Put it right in there. Hopefully my head's not too much in the way for you guys. All right. Put it right in there. As I'm looking at it, I'll add some more here. Kind of tap it up there. Okay. Fade it out into that little bit of yellow there. If I want it even brighter, I just add little highlights in there, but we'll get to it. Not really too concerned about it right now. Something like that. Okay. Get some more white. We'll mess around with a little bit of something up in here. Okay. Come on in here. Play around with it there. Yes, I'm painting red through the dinosaur. It's all right. Keep going. Keep going. Paint red through the creature. Paint red through the beastie. It's okay. Paint red through them. It's all right. Paint red through them. Now, adding the clouds, you just make sure you don't cross the one in the gray. Okay. Because even though he's silhouetted in the back there, all right, he's just doing his thing, living his little life. Kind of figure that out a little bit. We'll play around with that. Because once again, it's still wet, so we can play around with it and fade it and do whatever I need to do there. As far as that's concerned, we can take we'll take this one, and we'll just kind of blend that into that yellowish orange red there, make it disappear a little bit, fade it. See, just fade it in there. It's all right. All up in here, fade it, just like that. Fade it right in there. I want some more contrast in here, right in here. Make that cloud kind of continue down there, like that. And I'm just smoothing it out a little bit. Just like that. Make it very interesting. Fade it out, smooth it out. We're kind of good down here. We don't have to mess with that too much. Let's take some orange. Let's take some orange here. We'll put it right here. All right. Orange is kind of once again, it's not the strongest color in the world. We'll beef it up with just a little touch of white. One is to make it be seen, all right? Okay, let's take some of this orange, and we'll go from here. We'll go right from here. Don't cover his head. We'll come right up in here, and we'll kind of pop him in there. But we're gonna fade him out and make him disappear all up in here. All right. Now it's wet, so I can leave that alone a little bit. We'll come back to him, and all up in here, we'll do another one. Just be careful. I don't wanna kill his tail there. And this also helps you put it right down in here. All up in here. And we'll be fading all of this out also. A little bit of white, get some more orange, put it in there. I'm gonna strengthen that a little bit, just a little. Come out here. All up in here a little bit, just like this. Oh, let's put another one right in here. Just like that. Come on down here. Get close in between his legs there. And it goes behind the white cloud. All right. Okay. Hey, Iris. How are you? Hey, what's going on, Ernest? I see you there. I see you. No problem, Ernest. I see you. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, you're talking about Bob Ross. It's really unfortunate we have to even be careful how we say that name. It's really sad. But thank you. I learned from him, actually. I do have all of his videos, all 400 episodes I do have. I started painting back in 2010. And I'm just softening the edges of that orange. Okay, I'm not getting rid of the intensity. I'm just really softening the edges. Really soft blend. When I get towards the body of the animals, I'm very careful. As he would say, 3 hairs and some air. And that's basically what I'm doing. Okay, and really just softening those edges. I do have an even smaller brush if I have to get into more softer detail. And if I have to, I can wipe some of this away from the animal if I go a little further in than I anticipated. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're doing a-okay here. Okay. Very soft. I'll probably tease a little white in these clouds so you can kind of see them a little bit better. So just a little touch of white, and we'll kind of play around. Now what's going to happen is that I'm going to keep rubbing, and that orange is going to come in. Just like so. I'll play around with it some up in here. And what I'm doing basically is just outlining some of those. Just like that. And the more you mess with it, the more it blends in. Like so. A little bit of action going on in there. I'm going to take the even smaller, I got a smaller mop brush. Smaller mop brush. The bristles are soft, but they're shorter, so it will make them a wee bit stiffer. So I don't have to, even if you try to gently do it, you don't have enough to get the brushes to flow. So you might as well just do the tapping thing like I'm doing. Once you tap it in, it just automatically starts softening the edges. I'm wiping off my brush as I tap. Okay. So one, it doesn't leave a lot of streak marks. You're just softening what you've already laid down. You got me? And that's all I'm doing. And the more you tap on it, you stay in one spot, the softer it gets. It will get there. It will get there. So hashtag don't panic. Just like that. All sorts of interesting things you can do. I can go into a little bit of orange because I got the white on here, so it's instantly going to get brighter. So I can kill some of that bright white because I got enough of that. But it's still enough white underneath, so I'm just tinting what I already put on the board with the orange, and it's just tapping. You'll still see the brighter pattern of the orange. Okay, so you're still good. It's just me just tapping it all in there. It all blends, as you can see. It just softly blends in. Okay, if I want anything really happening, it's over here in this area. Okay, now it might look a little uneven, bright, contrast wise, because once again you have to also remember this is all taped off, so you really don't see any contrast yet. All right, this is taped off, and this tape is around the same color as the bright bottom part here. All right, so your eyes are trying to adjust to all of this. Okay, all right, I'm just checking things out here. I think we're cool, because there's a lot of happening in here. Okay, once again, not a terribly difficult painting. No problem, man. I know it's a little late, but I do appreciate you. You take care. Oh, that's the cute photo you had of the granddaughter. Very nice. Definitely enjoys her time with her grandpa. That's for sure. All right. Technically, what I've just done, I'm done with this part. The part that's going to be interesting is the black up here. Okay, I mean, there's a reason why he's looking upward. All right, okay. Now, some of this is already drying. It's pretty warm here in the room. I got the space heater going here. All right, so I don't really have to do too much more to this. All of that is done. All I have to do really is just add the black, and that's it for the painting. Okay, all right. So let's take we'll mess around the bottom here. We'll just take this off. I really don't have to add anything more to this. So very slowly, because some of this paint isn't really totally dry. I'll just slowly pull like so. Just pull. Now, depending on the strength of the tape, the stickiness of the tape, sometimes the black will peel off, and if so, just go back over with the black. It's okay. It's all right. You're good. You're good. All right. Iris, you must live in either California. Well, you live somewhere out west. I take it. If you're only a few hours back. The dinosaur here in the front, we may have a little. We'll see, because he was still a little bit wet in spots, so I'm gonna have to be careful with him. Now, tape is not porous. Okay, that paint is definitely on top of this tape. Just gotta be careful. And I gotta be careful taking this off, because I know a lot of him is not totally dry, so I just gotta be careful. All right, let me stretch and put him away in the garbage. But now you see the look and you see the contrast of this fella here in the front. As you see, he pops right out there. All right. But we're going to contain a lot of this color, and that's with the black up above. And there he is. All right. Now, as you see, as of right now, as you see, okay, he's definitely out there. He's in the same plane as the foreground here. Okay, a lot of your action, once again, is happening back here, not really up front. Okay, and as you see, the other fella, he's back there, but as I told you before, he is back there because he's covered in the colors there, and he's in gray, light gray. Okay, now this concept of what I'm doing, okay, it's extremely simple because they're nothing but silhouettes. Could you have added more detail and such? Sure you can, yes. But again, we're not done yet. Because once again, we're going to contain all that bright color. It's going to come out even more in a few seconds because you need effective dark to show off your bright. All right, so we're going to put a layer of white here, and it's going to somehow just kind of fade and leak into all of that color in there. But it's going to be pitch black up here, so that kind of contains everything in the center. All right, Nevada. All right, gotcha. All right, I'm just catching up. Yes, dinosaur painting. Yes, Iris, I usually, it's not the greatest time really for me to paint this late. I don't truly have a set schedule anymore. I used to, but my life has had some few changes in it, and so I just get on when I pretty much feel like, doing it, which is unfortunately pretty late at night, even later than this at times. Every once in a while I'll do it at normal hours, but you just have to click on that bell on my channel, and and I'll pop right on. Okay, so we don't need any more of the bright colors for right now because we haven't made that. And you can see I only used the corner tip of the brush just to put all that red in here. Red is extremely strong, powerful color. The yellows and the oranges are not. You have to kind of bump them up a little bit with some titanium white. You can use mixing white, but it's the titanium white if you really wanted to really stand out and pop out there, really. Okay, all right. Everything that you see, the clouds, even the orange and whatnot, they'll show up more once the dark color is put on here. Okay, alrighty then. Now with black, you're going to have to be a little careful. Okay, definitely want some solid black here, but once I start to fade in with the black, it will be kind of like wavy. Well, now we'll play with it and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, still got the glycerin on it. The glycerin is still rather tacky, rather sticky. So what we'll do, I'll just use the long bristled 1/2 inch here, and we'll kind of sketch in where I might want some of the fade to happen. I'm just taking this brush. Technically I should pull towards me, but if I pull, I'll pull right into that white. So I'm just taking the brush and I'm pulling it towards me, and it gives me a nice chiseled edge. Okay, not that I really need the chiseled edge, but right now I'm just gonna frame where I might want some things. I kind of like what's happening here, so I will try to avoid that. Actually, let's go here like this, and I'll kind of bring it down like that. I'll come up here, then I'll kind of bring it down kind of low here, come up here, and I'll bring it up that way, and then I'll just start waving things downward. All right, but as far as solid colors, we'll just kind of pop it in right now. It has to be solid. It can't, all the fade will come not up here. All this is colored in. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Once I put this black in, everything will be contained in the middle. Okay. Yes, I could use a thicker brush than this, but not necessary right now. All right. But the black, once you put the black in there, it has to remain solid black. So I am using a thicker black paint. I want this stuff to cover. All right. It has to be pitch black. It's the only way it's gonna kind of work. All right. And it will work with the glycerin. Once I start doing the fades and whatnot. All right. And we'll just keep it going here. Keep it moving. Once again, just keep it pretty solid. It's another simple drawing. If I wanted to teach a class with this, I probably wouldn't use the dinosaurs. I'll probably put a moose in there or a deer or something like that. But the concept's still the same. I can even use a log cabin. It doesn't really matter what your subject matter is. It's just the technique and the composition, really, which is black on top, black on the bottom, and then whatever your subject is. Okay, your subject be anything. I just happen to put 2 dinosaurs there. I mean, you could put, 2 houses here. Doesn't matter. It's just a technique that I'm showing right now. That's all. All right, that's all. Okay, like I say, long as it's fairly solid up top, then we can add the little fadey things and stuff happening there. Okay. All right, we will leave that alone. That's pretty good the way it is there. And I'm just cleaning the brush extremely well. Definitely, you got to clean your the brushes very well with acrylic paint because they will dry on your bristles, and it's just going to be a living nightmare, especially if the paint gets all up in here, which is what you don't want. All right, so clean them immediately. Oil paint, you can let them last a little while. Oil paint is notoriously long time to dry, so you can kind of get away with that. Okay, we can add some striations and some cute things. I'll use a smaller brush and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like say here, I can go up into the color and I can just kind of, see this? See the striations, little fades going on there? Just like that. And I'll play with it around in here like that. We're going to come up here and do pretty much the same thing. Obviously, it's a little heavier, and it's okay. Now, when it's heavier like that, actually, I can change up brushes. It's pretty thick. It's still pretty wet. That's fine. I don't want to use this one, though. I'm going to use a softer. I'll do it with this. A softer brush would do better. You'll see. Just like this. I'm overlapping a little bit. Bring some further down if you would like that. Come on down. Bring it into the other clouds a little bit like this. Just like that. Bring them down. Bring it down a little bit lower. Like that. You can move them around a little bit if you feel. I'll bring that down a little further then. Just like that. Then I'll borrow some from up here and bring it here. Like that. Because I don't want it super even. Okay, we're good there. I'll just take it and kind of slowly wipe back and forth there. I'll take a bigger brush and do that. I'll take a bigger brush. Now what you're seeing really is just a wet paint. I'll just take a bigger brush, very smooth. And what you're seeing is the reflection. That's all you're seeing. Once it dries, you won't see any of that. It's just wet. Okay, that's all. It's just wet. All right. Let's take, and we'll take the flat brush. I'm just gonna do a few things just to tighten up some areas. Because white is the brightest color, and just right here, all up in here, you see, I just don't want no white peeking through. That's all. Quite frankly, no white peeking through. All up in here, we kind of, where I might see a little bit of white, I'll just add some extra, make pretend rocks there. Okay, this fella in here, you can see a little bit of white there. Usually when you do a mask project like this, dinos and whatever stuff you get, they tend to grow on you, so just be mindful. I just want to kind of cover some of that up, just a little bit there. Just like that. Now, I see you, Miss Olson. Hello. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. And you'd be surprised. White is the brightest color. Okay, I think we're pretty much somewhat okay. I just got to be careful. I don't want to rub my hands over this stuff. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Actually, yep, I can get rid of that. I'm just wiping off my brush, and I'm getting some of that black away from the dinosaur's tail. That's all. I'd rather put it behind his tail than on his tail, so. There, just like that. All right. Okay, great, Jessica. And basically that's it. I can add little, like little faraway birds or something to add a little life into it. We'll do that with a script liner. I don't have to add really much more to this. Like I say, it's extremely simple painting. It doesn't have to be overly detailed or super complex, once again, to tell a story. Okay, not necessarily. But I can put little birdies in here or something, just to give it a little more life. One, two, three, four, five. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. About 5 there. Once again, all these little birds and things add a little more, little life to these fellows. Just a little more interest going on. Okay. But, you know, just pop them in there, here and there. All right. Okay. Yeah, gives us and the dinos something to look at. Something's actually happening. Something's going on. Something's not right. Which is why they're, you know, at least that one in the back. He's up. He's heads up on the game. All right, the big one in the front. He don't care. He's going for his next dinner. You know. And then that's about it, really. I'll just pop my name right in here. Very simple painting. It's more the color and the imagery. This would be good for, you know, where we got a young son that likes dinos. It's not the first time I've done a really bright, colorful picture and slapped a reptile in it. It's not really for everybody, obviously, but you know. I'll slap it right on here like that. All right. So. Anyway, well, there it is. I will give it a little time to dry and varnish it. And you guys know the deal. I'll be taking a photo of it and all of that good stuff. And while I'm talking to you guys, if Jessica's still here, she sees the, let me show her something here. Maybe you'll understand it a little bit more, Jessica, if I just switch. Let me switch cameras here. There. Let's make this disappear. Okay. Rubbing alcohol. All right. Now, Windex will take this stuff off, but I see what you were doing last night. All right, and this is just, once again, just rubbing alcohol on this, and I'm just putting it on the paint here. And I'm gonna show you something. This one here is a stream. It's not a spray. I didn't adjust it. Okay. Now this stuff here is dried. It was caked on there pretty good. And I just take my little knife, and you see this? You see how quickly it comes up? All right. Now I don't necessarily have to use the palette knife. You know, I can just use my finger. All right. You see this? You see that? See how it just comes up? That's how simple it is for this stuff to. And you can take a paper towel and do the same thing. It just wipes right off. Okay. See? Just comes right off. Now, titanium white, you're gonna have to scrub because it dries on there like almost like cement, like it's like plaster. But as you can see, it just goes all over the place. It's all wiped up. Okay. Very simple to clean, very easy, because what you were doing was just torture. All right, you have to learn to paint smart, not hard, even when it comes to cleanup. All right. Okay. Just wipe it off. Fold it under. It just wipes right off. Why did I got this on stream? Oh, I know I had it right. I know why I had it on stream. Yeah, that's better. I had it on stream for the last, the project I did a couple days ago. Or last week anyway. All right, there we go. And there you go. Looks like it's never been used ever. All right, see how clean it becomes. Okay. All right. And it air dries very fast, so no big deal. But that's what I wanted to show you, how easy it is to clean this stuff off. All right, let's switch that back. There we go. Okay. We'll zoom in a little bit, I guess, on this guy. We'll bring it over here. And anyway, that's what she looks like, guys. All right. So yeah, when you got paint on here, use rubbing alcohol, and even a paper towel, it just wipes right off. Okay. The only thing about rubbing alcohol, it'll probably leave your room smelling like a hospital bed, but other than that, you know, it goes away. All right. Yes, Madonna, squeak clean. Only takes a few seconds to get rid of it. Okay. So, once again, very simple painting. Not really much added to it. You don't see much of the details of the clouds too much because the light, my light in the back is hitting directly on this side, as you can see because it's still wet there. So you see the reflections here. You see it starting to dry here. It's starting to dry up here, but it's still wet all in between here. All in here is still wet. That's dry. All down there is dry. You know, the painting dries in certain spots, which is why you see the patches. All right. It's dry here, but it's wet here, over there, that little rim there. Anything you see them dark splotches, it's still kind of wet or at least tacky. Okay. And remember the reptile in the back who's looking up at the sky there. It's he's done in light gray, which is why he's able to accept all the colors that he's surrounded by. It looks like he's really in the back there, even further back. Okay. And that was the sole purpose of painting him gray, so he can be in the background. He's there, but obviously he's shrouded in the mist, fog, whatever you want to call it, and he's in the back. Okay. And obviously the sun and the main light is in the back, so they're both silhouetted anyway. It's very, very bright around in there. Okay. Like I say, you got some interesting stuff happening up there, the clouds and everything. You got stuff going on here with the birds. So all your interest is in this middle third. All right. Lower third dark, upper third dark, but the mid ground is quite bright. Okay. And so yeah. And plus, you know, I know you guys got like a dollar store, Dollar General, or Dollar something another they call it, maybe down south. But you know, alcohol's only $1.07 or whatever it is, 99 cents. You know, and you put it in a spray bottle, and you know, that's it. So, but yeah, it's not, you know, it's not really that bad. Not really that bad at all. I'm trying to see how much time went by. Let's see here. Oh, not even, I'll call it about an hour. All right. It's not too bad. That's not too bad. But once again, it's not really the world's most difficult painting. But the interest really is the clouds and the color more than anything else. Even more than the subject matter. Like I say, some kid would like something like that. They'll frame it and put it on their wall or something. Okay. But I just did it just to give me really something to do, and it's also a teaching lesson about color, about contrast, and how to apply it. Like I said, I can do the very same painting, but just use a few log cabins and maybe put some of that yellow orange into the windows. Okay, I can do it that way. All right, and you know, I can add more long grass or whatever, or a field, and same premise, same concept, but no dinosaurs. It's just maybe log cabins. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow and show you. Same concept, same colors, just different subject matter, and it gives you an entirely different painting. All right. Yeah, rubbing alcohol is not the most expensive thing on the planet. I mean, you know, a group of bananas costs more than the rubbing alcohol. So, but yeah, and I've got containers of it. So, and I basically use it for that purpose. Rubbing alcohol, you put it in a little jar and put your paintbrushes in there. It'll eat away that it'll eat the paint away from your brushes. Actually, what makes your brushes really really good and saves your brushes is really baby oil, especially if you use oil paint. But even with acrylics, you dip your brush in baby oil, let it soak there for a few hours. Then you just take a little towel or a little rag and you just wipe it off. You don't have to rinse it, just wipe it off. And the brushes come right back. No, Iris, I already did this concept with the dinos. Tomorrow, I will do the same concept, black, with the brightness in there. But log cabins. The log cabins will be in silhouette. I'll probably put maybe 3 log cabins in there. 1 or 2 of them will be in silhouette. I'll probably put 2 in silhouette. So the log cabins will be in different shades of gray. 1 will be in black, and then I'll put some grass or bushes or whatever, and then I'll do the same thing, crazy looking clouds, the black up above, probably not stripes going down, but probably some faded out whatever for the clouds. But you'll see. But I'll probably end up doing that one a whole lot earlier than 10 p.m. So all depends, because I have a few things I have to do on tomorrow. No problem, Madonna. It's a pleasure, and thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. All right, guys, a little past an hour, which is pretty cool. I'll let you guys go ahead with your evening. Be safe and be good. I shall see you guys when I see you. And you guys take care. Bye-bye.